game has noticeable frame rate drops on console. It can drop to the low teens at times depending on how much is going on screen. Admittedly, the game is enormous, but it is frustrating, especially during combat. Although the new combat system feels fresh and new, it's also far from perfect. Logging onto enemies is a pain, and engaging several enemies at once is harder than it should be. In many ways, it feels like a discount for Honor combat system. The game is filled to the brim with bugs, from horses' heads ghosting through walls to characters randomly freezing in midair. Microtransactions. Ubisoft, I don't care how angry you are, why would you ever cut your own arm with an arrow?
We will find you. We will find you in your sleep.
Why is it every time someone is trying to spring a surprise attack, they raise their voice seconds before, thereby rendering the surprise attack not a surprise? Yeah, there is no way that Bayek would lift this 400-pound man with 100 pounds of armor to boot. I feel like he would at least be dizzy with all that blood dripping from him. He just traveled several hours in the burning desert with blood coming out of his open wounds. How is he still standing?
Exultant, no one gets out of the house alive.
The no one gets out alive cliché. The soldier must be blinded by the sun because there is no way in hell he did not see Bayek standing there. I refuse to believe this soldier has eyesight. It's just not possible.
Weapons are more difficult. The soldiers took everything in the village.
I will talk to the blacksmith.
Yes, Benipe can certainly make something for you. Or Senyu can help you find what you need.
And this is the part of the game where the developers talk to you directly through the characters.
Come here. I found a hyena cave. A real one? Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. Go, play with the hyena. Have these people never watched The Lion King?
Too scared. That's not true. What about the hyena cave? Shut up.
The children voiceovers could use some work. Discount Ghost Recon Wildlands drone.
Hit.
Did you hurt him?
A clean shot to the heart. Hardly hurts at all.
No, actually, a shot in the heart is really, really painful. In the game, he impaled that sword straight through his body. In the cutscenes, he's all good.
The snake takes that as your answer.
Genuinely chilling scene. This one scene will fuel our quest for revenge the rest of the game, and is strong enough to constantly pull those emotional strings in the player's heart, removing a sin. Apparently this guy has teleportation powers. That's the second time they've used the Apple of Eden as a weapon. I know they don't know what it is, but they know enough to know that they need it to open a vault. Why risk breaking it?
She's in hiding.
Who are you?
Ah, interested in Homeric verse, eh? This way, please. I am Aya's cousin, Phanos.
Phanos needs to take his whisper voice down about 8 notches. This is how you whisper. If you're not wearing any clothes, is the blade really hidden? The camera looking elsewhere during a sex scene cliché. It looks like Layla was really enjoying that memory. The Animus has been bastardized to a virtual reality sex machine.
She's down there. My turn for a leap of faith.
Leap of what? You're in no condition to do any leaping.
Layla watches a couple of memories and now thinks she's an assassin. It would have been poetic if she hit a sharp rock as she hit the water. The parry system is clunky and awkward. There's no need to master it when dodging attacks is just as effective. This random girl in the back is showing her bare breast, and seems to be the only nudity in the entire game. Why here exactly? Feels like there's a camera glitch in this entire scene. Feels like the camera should be pointed 2 feet higher than it is. The texture and geometry in the boy's feet and legs look like some PS2 era graphics. Bayek must have some amazing spiritual powers for ghosting through the door like that.
Grandfather, are you alright? Is he hurt?
Banged up, bruised, and thirsty. The soldiers did not take kindly to him, but he will be alright.
They just cut off his tongue, and he'll never be able to speak normally again. But yeah, he'll be alright.
We're going to join him soon, right, Mother?
I think words are supposed to be coming out of her mouth here, but you just never know with Ubisoft. The first dab in history, ladies and gentlemen.
Come with me, Bayek. And once we have returned these curs to the desert they so love, Then I will tell you the story you want to hear.
Classic RPG cliche. I'll do this for you, but you're going to have to do this, this, and this for me first. I know it's a huge open world, so glitches can be forgiven, but there's a lot of texture poppin' in this game. A lot more so than other similar sized games. Villain goes for the elaborate death instead of easy killing the hero cliche. Scarab had Bayek unconscious in his home, and instead of just outright killing him, he goes for the bury him in the sand death. Let me guess, Bayek will find a way to escape, come back, and kill Scarab. Why does Aya keep pointing forward every 5 seconds? I understand they didn't have cannons back then, so Ubisoft had to figure out a way to still have ranged ship combat. But it just looks ridiculous how fast and accurate those arrows are flying across the sea. We could have done without the unnecessary ship combat.
Then you'll deliver as promised.
My word is my word. But I've one more thing to ask of you.
At this point, Bayek should just do his assassin thing and get the info by force for the disrespect. These investigation sections feel like a lost opportunity to have some puzzle solving, especially considering the fact that this is Egypt and many times we find ourselves inside of tombs. All these investigations amount to is interacting with the preset markers and Bayek giving some narration about what he sees. Discount Batman Detective Mode.
Who have dishonored her? I am a good mother!
Hyena doesn't see the hypocrisy in saying she's a good mother and yet assisting in murdering Bayek's child. She should consider a new primary weapon. That's the second time she's missed Bayek at a ridiculously close range. It looks like the NPC is stuck on the last frame of the cutscene. I'm no doctor, but I think all these hallucinogenic drugs she's taking is making her have those miscarriages. This is the only unique boss battle in the game where you fight something much bigger than yourself. Unfortunately, it's underwhelming, and amounts to just shooting arrows over and over again. For being a cutscene, you would think that Ubisoft would put a much bigger crowd for watching Cleopatra speak. This looks like a crowd in an American soccer game. This person just subtly walks in, as if I didn't just murder everyone in the courtyard. Why are their petals constantly falling from the sky? And why aren't they landing on the ground? They seem like they're just disappearing into the ether.
Oh, my brother.
Comically insane villain cliche.
They have not eaten for days. You are their dinner. Find me when you are ready.
Find him when we're ready? Sounds like there are thousands of angry fans waiting in the arena. I don't think it's the right time to go do some side missions. He cleaned off that blood real fast.
The Garlic Brothers!
These look more like dramatic WWE entrances than gladiators entering an arena. His teeth are way too perfect and white for ancient Egypt.
You have not had? Oh, my friend, then you are in for a treat. Let me tell you how it happened.
This might be the worst accent ever recorded in the history of the universe. Oh, come on. That's just some Superman shit right there.
But remember, Cleopatra is a Ptolemy. She's the better of two evils. But remember, Cleopatra is a Ptolemy.
Yeah, Bayek, we heard you the first time. Just once. I want to see one of those hundreds of incoming arrows hit one of the men on the ship.
Strange. This wall is not as solid as it looks.
Actually, Aya, I think the wall is exactly as solid as it looks. And there you go. Were they just standing there the whole time while Bayek and Aya were exploring the cave for an hour? Maybe we should have this meeting somewhere other than next to the dead elephant. The cameraman can't get a good angle.
Rush to stop Flavius.
No! We cannot leave him here!
I know your best friend is dead, but you guys are standing in a vault made by aliens. Aren't you just a little curious?
You must put an end to this.
Bayek! Aya! You have the prayers of the entire village to support you.
Oh, well, we should be fine then. The prayers of the village will ensure we won't get sliced to pieces.
What are you of now?
A new creed. Ours is finished.
Their love story is so tragic. I just don't understand why they can't continue together and still fight the Order with the new Brotherhood. just some Superman shit right there.